Hey y'all, welcome back to the shop. Today we're going green again. We got this John Deere 262. Needs a little bit of work, so let's get to wrenching. Alright y'all, like I said earlier, this is a John Deere 262. Main reason it's in here is it needs a drive belt put on it. One of the other issues is it's got some rot on the deck. Down there in the corner there's a hole there, and then on this side over here we got the scalp wheel. It's kind of broke off. We're going to try to weld this all back on. I don't know how much the owner wants to get into it. We'll probably do a full service on it, and we'll probably do a blade sharpening on it too while we got the deck off, because we got to pull the deck off to get the drive belt on. So just wanted to show you all what we got going on here with this thing. It's a nice running machine. It starts right up, runs, doesn't smoke, nothing like that. It just been a little neglected. So let me go ahead and get this deck pulled off of here, and we'll get to doing the drive belt first. Alright y'all, pulling this deck off here. Thought I'd show you how I do it. I don't know about you, but I'm getting arthritis in my hands. Sometimes I can't get my finger in here to pull on that good enough. So what I do is I get me a ratchet strap. I'll wrap it around my hand or both hands sometimes, and just give it a good pull, and usually it comes right out, and then just turn it to the side and it stays. So little quick tip there. I don't know, like I said, how many of y'all are getting arthritis and stuff like I do, but that's just that's how I do her. So alright, let me finish getting this deck off here and we'll bring y'all back. Alright y'all, I got this thing up here hanging from the gantry. First thing we want to do is we're gonna have to take this PTO clutch off here, and the first thing you want to do is dig the wires out. There's a little plastic clip right there. I just take a pair of pliers, and you can unplug it without taking this out, but most of the time I find it's easier if I just take it out. And try my needle nose here. There we go. I find it's easier if I just take the clutch off, and I can check the clutch for wear and play and everything too. But you know, start out there, just unplug that thing, make sure that, oh, that's factory. Let me grab a screwdriver here to get this popped off. We'll bring you all right back. Alright, got my little screwdriver here. So get in there without poking myself. Get that pulled up and slip out the screwdriver. Tell this thing's factory. There we go. Never been apart. So alright, now I'm going to take that bolt out of there, and I'm not going to use an impact on this. I'm going to show you guys how to do it with just hand tools. This is a 5/8 bolt, and we're going to loosen it. I got a dead blow hammer. Give it a good smack there. Sometimes it takes 2 or 3, but if you do a quick smack on it there with a hammer, you can get them broke loose. So take that bolt all the way out, and hopefully this will just slide off this. Yep, there we go. That's off there. Now we can see our belt here, and the reason this thing needs replaced is, see how loose this thing is? It just has no pull on it anymore, and or no tension on it anymore. And the thing will barely move in first gear. So when I went to load it on the trailer to bring it over here, I had it in first gear, and I had to actually get off the tractor and help it up the ramp. So they got their money's worth out of it. So next, I said I've never done one of these before, at least on a John Deere. So It looks like we're going to have to take this one loose here, this little idler pulley loose. And then down here it looks like we're going to have to take this one, which you guys can't see, but we'll start out by taking that one there loose. I'm going to grab a socket. And I'm hoping that that's a carriage bolt up in there. Okay, and that's not 9/16. We'll use a 5/8. It's probably metric. But, yep, there we go. We got it broke loose. Alright. Got that loose. And I'm going to try to get this pulley worked up off of this here. So give me a second, guys, and we'll bring you back. Alright, y'all. I did get this loose, and I did notice, I guess you guys can't see, can you? Let me move you up. Alright. We did get this pulley, or this belt off this pulley here and this one here. There's another bracket here, little belt guide. I'm going to have to take off to, there you guys can see it. This belt guide here, I'm going to have to take it loose, swing it out of the way, get it off there. But the other big thing is this is the steering shaft that comes down right here on that John Deere. This is the arm that comes off of it, off the steering wheel. Here's your tie rod that comes up to your steering. The belt's on each side of it. Way to go, John Deere. So now we're going to have to break this loose here, drop it out, get the belt off of it, and then we can move on to the back here and work on them pulleys and stuff down there. So I'm going to grab some wrenches. I'm going to get this broke loose. Get it. It's just, there's just a nut here, and it's a ball joint right here. 5/8 is what the wrenches fit it. So I'm going to get that loose, get that dropped off there, and then we'll move on to the back and get the rest of the belt off. So move you guys out of the way, and I'll get that done. Alright, y'all. Got that tie rod loose. Just a nut on the top of that. Comes right out of there. So we can get that belt off of there. Now we're going to move down here. Take this guard here off. And I'm not going to take it all the way off. I'm just going to loosen it enough that I can get the belt off of the pulley. And I'm going to finger tighten it back up so it don't go nowhere. Now this belt here should just come right, there it goes, between that. And we just took the one off the back of the pulley back there. It just loops around the back. It just loops up over the top there. And then this belt here, belt coming through this guide here, just pushes up through. The only one we have left is the one up top here. And I'm going to grab a wrench and we'll take care of that. And then we'll start putting the belt back on. Alright, y'all. Got that belt out of the way. I'm going to start here. Got the new belt. And this is a Napa Blade Runner belt. Or a Gates belt. So I'm going to fish this thing back down here. I know you guys, I'm probably in you guys' way, but okay, there's that. Get it thread back up through there, Loosen this back up. Get it popped on there. I'm just going to finger tighten that now. Get it up over this cross member, around that steering arm. You guys can still see what I'm doing. Can you still see what I'm doing? Where am I at? Right there, okay. And put it up over this bracket. Flip it up over the top belt there. Crank belt, main drive belt, whatever you want to call it. flip it up over this. I'm assuming this is going to be a tensioner belt there, or a pulley on this, because it slides back and forth. Who knows about John Deere? Come on, baby. The struggle was real, my brothers. I just wasn't holding my tongue right. Trying to tighten that back up. I see that the belt has slipped off the back pulley back there, and I need to drop it down in that guide back on that other side there. So let me get the one back on that back pulley, and we'll bring you all right back. All right, y'all. Got that tightened up. Got the one down in the back there tightened up. Belt's on there. Seems like it's all right. Next thing to do is put the PTO on. Now, when we're putting it on, you'll see this little stud sticking down here in the back of the, right behind the PTO. On the back of your PTO clutch, there's 3 holes. You'll see where it's already been rubbing. So make sure that pin goes through that hole, because if not, this thing will spin and it'll rip these wires right off there. So let me see if I can get this, get my tongue straight here. And there's a keyway in this too, so there we go. And I missed the hole, of course. I'm doing it by feel, so yep, she's in there now. There she is. And grab the bolt. Now would be a good time when you had that off to clean that PTO up. Mine didn't look that bad here. Well, it's not mine, but y'all know what I mean. So, alright, get that bolt on there. Grab my ratchet. Take my hammer. I got a torque this, and I'm sure there's a torque spec on it, but I don't know what it is right off the hand. So we're just going to give her a few ugga-dugga tights there, and I'll probably look it up off camera and find out what that torque spec is. But yeah, so only thing left to do is put the tie rod back on, plug the clutch back in, and put it back in its little spot, and this job's done. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and we'll bring you all back. All right, y'all, there you go. Show you how to change the drive belt on your John Deere 262. I'm thinking bigger tractors for some reason. Anyways, this doesn't just apply to this tractor here. All your riding mowers, from your Toros and stuff that you get at the Home Depots, and the Husqvarnas and all that kind of stuff, they're all basically the same setup, same design. There's just some, take a look at it. There's places where you'll have to take nuts loose, take covers loose, whatever. That PTO comes off basically the same way on all of them. The center bolt, slide it down off. You may have to shoot some penetrating oil up in there to get it loose. Don't beat on it with a hammer. Don't use a puller on it. You can get up in behind there with a little pry bar and give it a little nudge. Don't herc on it. Just be cautious. Don't do any more damage than's already done. So, but there's the belt for this one here. This is for the John Deere 262, and yes, it is a Gates belt. That's what Napa's belts are. They are the Gates belts. So if you need a belt for the 626, there's your part number. If you're using something different, doing something different, then most of the places, especially like Napa and that, you can give them the model number and stuff, and they can get you pretty close to what it, what it is. Or you can go to the dealer, buy it from the dealer if if you're not confident enough to change it out on your, or switch it out on your own. But like I said, I've had really good luck on these Gates belts from Napa. When I ran a belt drive pulling tractor, this is what I'd use. Yes, I would only get 3 or 4 or 5, 6 pulls out of them, but we're putting them under a lot more stress than what a lawnmower is. So if they'll hold up to that without smoking off right off the bat, I think they're a pretty good belt. So anyways, thank you all for watching. Hope this helped you. If you need, if you got a John Deere or any other riding mower that needs a drive belt, tackle it. You don't have to have a gantry like me. Put the thing up on some jack stands, something secure. Hey, find a tree, put a come along up in a tree or whatever, and pull it up and put some blocks on it. Be safe. The nice thing about these John Deeres, you can stand them up on their back fenders. First thing you got to do is seal off the fuel inlet, or where you put the fuel in. You got to take the battery out of them. I suggest draining the oil out of them, but some people say you don't. If you're going to be doing this, you might as well go ahead and do a service on it too. Oil filter, fuel filter, air filter, change the motor oil. So just drain the motor oil out of it, take the battery out of it, cap the fuel off, put a plastic bag or whatever over top of it, put the cap back on. You can stand that thing straight up in the air. Just make sure you get a buddy to help you. Don't hurt your back. So anyways, thanks for watching. Appreciate it. If you like it, give it the thumbs up. If you, leave me a comment down there if you got any questions or anything. Or if you just appreciate watching the video, tell me that too. If you're one of the people that's gives the thumbs down, don't be scared. Tell me why you're giving me a thumbs down. You're just being a jerk? Say, hey, I'm just being a jerk. I'm going to give you a thumbs down. I don't like you. Cool. Not everybody does have to like me. I don't like everybody. Everybody doesn't have to like me. But it is what it is. So anyways, thanks y'all for watching. Remember, Sunday live stream, 7 p.m. Eastern time. Come on in, hang out. Give us a shout. So catch you all on the next one.